Welcome to Game Master Monday, the podcast where we play a different TTRPG in a different system with a different cast every episode. My name is Jenny. I'm not usually behind the booth in these sorts of episodes, but today I will be GMing for you. Today we are playing Otherworldly Flesh by Francisco Lemos. And today my players are...
Hi, my name is Lex. My pronouns are they, she. And I will be playing Tumbledry duTrois, the hotshot pilot.
Hello, my name is Mare, pronouns she, any, and I will be playing aimlessly Fryen, a savvy soldier.
Oh, hi, I'm Rahrah, he, they. I'll be playing Chad-GPT, who has a loveless hollow body that he holds his dreams in.
God, I'm excited.
Oh my god.
Hello, I am Grant. Normally I'm over there, but I'm over here today. My pronouns are he, him, and I am playing Dance Macabee, an alien doctor.
Now, these are a lot of strange things to be.
Yeah.
But that's okay, because our game today is a little weird. We're going to be playing Lasers and Feelings, which is a game where all you need is a D6 to play and a whole bunch of cool friends. We're going to get into the specifics of that once we get going here, but my question for you all is, are you all excited?
Yay!
Absolutely.
You
I
betcha.
believe so.
Alrighty then. So, we are going to go ahead and open our scene here. All of your players are sitting in a very sterile, white room. You know, you've been in a back room of a corporation before. You know, those, like, shitty ceiling tiles that every corporation somehow orders from the same exact company, no matter where you are in the company. The same laminate floors that somehow every company has ever had ever. And the same TV that's been there since 1980 year.
Okay.
You're sitting there, and the TV sparks to life in a spit of static, and a training video begins to play on what you can only describe as the only VHS left in existence. Welcome to your first day of internal investigative training here at Rahrah Industries. As fully fledged scientists, your mission is simple: to investigate and report back your findings of any organic life out in the cosmos. Our clean and friendly corporate offices located in scenic Sholo, Arizona, right outside where your job site is located. Get to know your co-workers. You'll be working alongside a strange organic spacecraft in the middle of our own backyard. Do not look directly into the... Do not look directly into the... Do not look directly into the... Our top priority is your safety, so put on those cool goggles and let's review your equipment.
How am I supposed to go on?
There's an extremely long pause after the word equipment, by the way, like uncomfortably long. Like you could hear a pin drop.
I went from laughing because the person sounded like Carl Sagan to like getting actually jump scared.
That was sleek like a jellyfish.
Whew, I'm cool.
You have each filled out a basic application. You have told us about your style. You may have been an alien, android, dangerous, heroic, hotshot, intrepid, savvy. You have told us your role. You have been a doctor, an envoy, an engineer, an explorer, a pilot, a scientist, a soldier, something. Each of you have been assigned a number from 2 to 5. A high number means you are better at lasers, technology, science, cold rationality, calm precise action, looking good under pressure. A low number means you are better at feelings, intuition, diplomacy, seduction, wild, passionate action, sad. Tell the company all about your cool space adventure name, like Sparks McGee or something. Remember, once this form is filled out, this is what the company will always call you and will appear on your checks, so be sure to be correct. Now that you have each been assigned lasers, feelings, and a number, let's go over what this means. And then the disc skips. Also, check out your equipment list below. These will be your best friends for investigating your job site. And remember, here at Rahrah, we're family. And the disc cuts out.
We're Family was the most, like, terrifying part of that, because we all know that a company saying that we're all family is, like, horrible.
The company explaining the game to me freaked me out.
For the company.
Chad wishes they could cry one tear at the idea of having a family.
Aw. Just a pre-prepared tear, just like somewhere in your organism.
Thank you, company.
All right.
Chad.
A larger fellow, an alien that has no features to speak of, except for a white button-down shirt and a necktie, waltzes into the room and just sets like 4 bags down on a table in front of you, and just starts explaining. Is like, okay, here's all your basic equipment you're gonna need. You've got biological samples for containing specimens, first aid kits, measurement instruments, and you guys can pick something special from this bag over here in the corner. And there's like a bag full of like anti-gravity shoes, camouflage equipment, all sorts of like specialty shit is in that other bag over there. So we're gonna go ahead and give you this time to kind of like explain really who your character is, where the fuck they come from, and what stuff they're bringing to our weird job site.
Cool. I love this immediately. If it's cool with the gang, I'll jump up first here.
Go for it.
Go
as
ahead.
mentioned, I'm playing Dance Macabee. Dance doesn't really do pronouns. Dance is an alien. They come from a planet where gender hasn't really been like a thing because they're a little amorphous, a little asexual, a little like, they're more concerned about other things that their bodies simply don't do. So Dance doesn't introduce themselves any other way besides their name, maybe a them here and there to accommodate the group, has a purplish hue to them, and the perfect amount of appendages to do surgery. I'm sure there's surgeons out there who might say to themselves, gee whiz, I wish I had more fingers or less fingers or more whatever your perfect amount of appendages needed to do surgery really good, maybe an extra arm. Dance has it. So on Dance's planet, they are referred to as a heart doctor, which means they're both a surgeon and a therapist. They treat all manners of the heart. So Dance just kind of stands up very calmly, goes through the bag, like rummaging like various arms coming out of different places, number changes as needed, and pulls out a small like laser suture.
Okay.
Turns to the group and goes, "Hello, everyone. I am here to help in the best way I can. So if anyone here ever suffers from any kind of affliction in your chest, or you simply wish to talk, this tool will be helpful." And I pocket it.
Nice.
And then I calmly sit back down in my spot.
Terrifying.
As you should.
So, I can go next. Tumbledry duTrois. She is an early 20s girl, human, from the deep south of the United States. And she looks at all y'all and goes, "My name is Tumbledry, but you can call me Tumble." She is short with kind of honey brown hair, and she wears aviation goggles on top of her head. Even though nobody uses aviation goggles anymore, she absolutely wears them as a fashion statement. And she looks at all you guys and goes, "I didn't bring anything with me other than my good looks and charm and my keen ability to do well with planes. I mean, at least I try. Third time's a charm, duTrois and all that. But we'll get through it. What do y'all think? Let's go. I don't. What's going on? How we doing? What are we doing now? I don't really understand what we're doing."
I choose to believe in you.
That might be all I need, Dance. Thank you very much. And yeah, I might take you up on talking. I went through a rough breakup not too long ago, but maybe we can talk sometime.
Certainly. I won't even bother putting you on a schedule because we're going to be spending a lot of time together while we explore whatever is happening.
I am a little concerned. I don't know if anybody else caught it. They mentioned that the ship is alive.
Most things are.
Would you rather?
No. Like, believe me, I get it. Like, most mechanical things, there's some spirit to it. But they mentioned, like, the living flesh of the aircraft or the spacecraft. That one I do not have a lot of experience with. We'll see how it goes.
Your trainer speaks up. That's right. The thing is alive, as far as we know. I mean, it sometimes breathes, which bugs me the hell because, I don't do that.
You don't
Did
breathe?
you say our trainer?
Yeah, he's a nondescript alien with no discernible features to speak of.
When he waltzed in, was it a standard waltz or an Arizona waltz?
Yeah, Jenny.
It was an Arizona waltz.
Noted.
Because everything from here is Arizonish.
I believe the adjective for that is Arizonian, but
We're in
okay.
the future. I liked Arizonish. It was fun.
Yeah.
I think Arizonish works better than Arizonian anyways.
He's from the planet Arizoni, so he's Arizonish.
Okay. He's Arizonish. That makes more sense, yes.
That's the
okay.
alien
Gotcha.
Yeah.
They
The
are.
planet has
He
two
did-
sides.
They just thought it was funny that they also happened to work in a place called Arizona. They're like, oh, that's really funny.
Oh, it's
I'll
a
work
coincidence.
there. Yeah, it's the
Oh,
best
it's-
coincidence.
I hear they got good genes,
Purely
too.
coincidental.
The best. Levi Strauss.
So one of my items is going to be my aviation goggles that actually, when I put them on, because I've augmented them, they help me see better and see more clearly when I'm flying and basically be able to watch the trajectories of the craft that I'm piloting so I can visualize better where the lanes are in space and time. And then my second one, I think that Tumble would have just like a casual switchblade, just kind of there, but she kind of pulls it out and it doesn't have a clear blade. You pull it out and it's like a lightsaber-ish switchblade, so it's just kind of there.
Yeah, that's
she
fun.
just goes, my grandpappy gave this to me not too long ago. Keep me safe and all that. I haven't had to use it. I have hurt myself a couple times, and you see, she's got like her hands have a little like burn marks here and there from where she's accidentally kind of caught herself on the laser.
Oh dear.
So yeah, I would keep your hands free of this. It does hurt.
My second item will be a quantum notebook.
A quantum notebook?
Yeah.
Do tell.
No.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, on above table, I thought of the joke and thought it was funny, and I don't know what it does yet, but I think I'll use it for something. I'm banking on she's a they're a heart surgeon and a therapist, so I needed a therapist tool, so I picked the quantum notebook.
Fair enough.
You could basically, your
Cracks me
quantum
up.
notebook could be like, it's like the Nook book things where it's like real paper when you draw it,
Sure.
when you write on it, and it sends it to a computer.
Yeah, I imagine it's going to do something to people's feelings at some point, but we'll cross that bridge when we
there's
get to
that.
it.
Really
I think
missed
of,
the
like,
chance to have
those-
the quantum couch right then.
Oh, I can't bring a
Damn.
couch everywhere,
I think of it like
I mean,
being
it's a nice
like,
couch.
like those data pads, but instead you remember those things you draw on, and then you lift the little screen, and it like makes it go away. But each
Yeah.
one's like a tiny little screen.
I'm essentially using a high-tech light brain.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you've got your two weapons, the moment that Amy Leslie stands up, she makes her way towards the bag that looks like it's got the biggest weapon in it. Just because she loves a good old gadget. And the more knobs and stuff and the settings on it, the better. So if she finds something that looks something kind of like a laser pistol rifle hand thing, my mind is imagining something that looks like those water guns that have all the little bobs and doohickeys on it where they're kind of round in places. And if it's got knobs to be like, this one's for EMP, this one's a flamethrower, this one's got bubbles in it, just because, that's a fun feature. Sometimes you need bubbles. So she's looking for the first thing that looks like that. A nice gadget that has a mildly menacing look to it. And as she finds it, she goes, ooh, look at that.
Ew.
Oh my, this looks like it'll be fun. Look, I hadn't seen this model before. Is this new? Or is it real old?
Just released last year, yeah. It's a Raylon Razor doohickey mabobber.
Oh my goodness, I've been waiting for the doohickey mabobber model to come out. This is exciting for me. And so she starts just kind of fiddling with it and then makes another ooh sound as she digs her hand down into the bag again and pulls out the, instead of them being like boots, they're kind of like those Mary Janes that have the little strap on them, but on the bottom they have, you know how there's those shoes, those sneakers that you can put together and little wheels pop out of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it looks like that, but at the bottom there's little rockets for flight. So that
I love
she
it.
just
like rocket heelys.
Yeah, rocket heelys, so that she just can click her heels together and just get up off the ground. Little levitation stuff happening here.
I'm a big fan of whatever you've got going on.
So, but as y'all are hearing
just
the
pleasant.
ooh, and like if you weren't looking at her, you just hear the sound of chaotic rustling among all the bags as she's finding things, mumbling to herself. But stopping every now and then to take her bright, bleach blonde, platinum bump of a hair and making sure none of that's popping out of the way. So she's doing that, kind of adjusting her bangs. And as she does that and saddles up everything, you notice that she looks at you with bright, almost unblinking blue eyes and bright Barbie pink lips. Like to the point of where whatever cosmetic company this is the one that had it where they have like a weird, almost neon glow under them. Definitely something that's like potentially radioactive, but it's new and she had to have it because it's her favorite color.
That sounds like a Raylon, honestly.
Yeah.
We do all kinds of things here.
I know, I just love what y'all do. I was so excited to get involved in this here. Like, I wrote home to my mama about it, and she's like, honey, I'm so proud of you. And I'm like, I know you are. This was all meant to be, and I can't wait to just tell you what happens. I'm so excited.
I've met this person. This is
this
a
is
real
absolutely
human being.
based off of real life.
That's what Mare actually looks like. No, I'm just kidding.
I was like,
Hey.
oh no, this you're not supposed to break the illusion. And I wasn't. Don't tell him it was a self-insert.
Shit.
Oh shit. Well,
It's too real. I'm out of here.
When you first see Chad, you don't really, but you do see the hollow, loveless body he occupies. A very straightforward, bland, humanoid robot shape with a very large barrel for an abdomen, because I've already taken my first item, which is a containment unit, where he can store things they find. He's an explorer. And it's the only part of himself he has control over, not being able to reach his main panel on his back. The other item is a little wrist pouch of sorts where he can make little projections above it and access information he's already scanned in his hollow, loveless body and refresh some of the AI that has programmed his intelligence. So, since he's just a scan of the internet, he sometimes words things in awkward ways. Oh, this feels like a gender reveal gone wrong. And he just doesn't know how that correlates to emotion, but he has taken in all the ratios. So he doesn't really need to pick anything from this pile of parts, as in he is a pile of parts, but he enjoys watching others add to themselves.
This is the only AI I will stand with, just letting you know.
Does
Love Chad.
Chad-GPT have
Solidarity, like the
have a
Avengers.
dad bod? He's got a dad bod.
He's got a Chad.
A Chad bod.
He's got a Chad bod.
Oh, and his face has no features besides these little eyeballs of sorts. So he draws eyebrows over his eyes to show his mood because of emoticons having taught him so
Oh, baby,
much.
I got to do the
So-
same thing.
Oh,
He has a little dry eraser that he can wipe them and then redraw them.
I think Tumble. Oh, I'll do it down the road. I'll do it down the road as we go through things.
that's a down the road one for later.
It's a down
All
the road.
right.
I'm sure it won't play any significance at all.
I got some eyebrow pencil recommendations for you whenever you have a chance. Like I got some that I can tell you. It'd be great.
That sounds fleek like Y2K.
I don't really know what that means.
Y2K happened a while ago on my planet. Like a very, very long time ago.
True
Don't-
cats.
I just don't understand. Cats. Yeah, cats are wonderful. Should we get down to business here?
We should get down to brass tacks. As we get down to brass tacks, your trainer, the nondescript alien wearing a necktie, opens a wall behind you where the VHS tape player TV was. The wall itself is starting to open up and kind of like turn into like this like walking platform where you can just like head down to your new workplace. You can see before you the vast desert of Sholo, Arizona spread open before you, and smack dab in the middle of it, you're not entirely sure how you missed it when you drove up, but there is this massive organism which you can only describe looks like lumpy, kind of like potato shaped, and gross, generally speaking. Things you can sort of see are like, oh boy, what can you even describe? Like tongues, like a fleshy looking bunch of trees coming out of one side. It's just like there's a whole bunch of like tubes coming out of one end, just like spewing out something green, brown, color you don't even know. There's like a dome on the top of it which looks like a skull but like clear.
Beautiful.
It's just really strange to look at and hard to describe, and you're probably not even sure if you are describing it right as you're even looking at it. And your trainer just kind of like points at it and with his single nub and goes, that's your workplace. That's the thing that we've been investigating for the past couple of days. Crashed here Wednesday. It's now Friday. So, yeah. We're just trying to figure this shit out.
What are you wanting us to learn from it?
Basic thing we want you to do was just kind of go inside of its bowels, map it out, collect samples, just figure out what makes it tick, really. We want to understand it so we can, maybe, reverse bioengineer it. Living ships could be the next big thing for Raylon.
Now I got
Have
a
you all
question for
found?
you.
Go ahead.
What else have you already found out about it? Like other than it's right here.
Well, it's big.
Well, yeah, you're right. You were done too.
It's alive.
She starts bringing out a very pink little notepad and starts scribbling these things down into it. Okay, big, alive. What else you got?
Did you ask it to crash here?
We've tried talking to it. We've tried communicating with it. Doesn't talk, at least not on the outside.
Okay.
We don't. So you'll be our first internal investigative team to go in and see how things tick.
So
Is
you
there-
Does
only
it eat?
researched it superficially.
What is it? What does it eat?
It hasn't really eaten anything.
Oh
since
God, are we the food?
No. You are our top priority. You get a whole 401k, you get a 402k, you get a 403k, you get a 404k. That one we didn't find, but
Look, you can give me all the K's you want. You can give me all the K's you want, but like,
no, you are our top priority. We have you insured.
What does the nearest orifice look like?
The nearest orifice to where you guys are standing?
Well, my ears. Oh, not us. Okay.
New.
Here.
What it looks like to you would be a series of tubes. It would be at the southern end of the ship, just big enough for a regular-sized, human-shaped person to be able to fit through. So, you could crawl through those little tunnels going inside of it. There are various different entry points to get in, but that would be the closest one.
I can't wait to be in that tubular body.
Does it
I'm
look
also pretty excited
slimy?
about this.
Y'all, you're already tubular, my friend.
Oh boy.
But
It's more tuber than tubular, but yeah. It's potato shaped. You see.
So just to be clear, the things that we've learned so far, you only learn by looking at it from the outside, and we're the first organisms to enter.
Oh, we poked it.
You poked it.
We poked it a couple times. We've
And what
tried to
happened when you
interview it.
poked it?
I didn't do nothing. It was
Not
just poked.
you, what happened when Raylon representatives poked it?
Oh, well, not much. It doesn't really react to external
well,
touch.
another question I have for you. We
Yeah.
can see that there's some sort of fluid coming out of it. Have y'all tried to collect that and see what on earth that is?
Oh yes, we have gone ahead and collected that sample. It appears to be a strange acid that corrodes non-organic materials. So that's why you can see the desert's fine. But we threw a pen in there one time. It's gone.
I draw two worried eyebrows on my head.
What's going to happen to Chad?
I don't know.
What do you mean,
I don't know. We haven't thrown a Chad in there yet.
It's true. I've yet to eat.
I don't know if I'm going to make it through this, though.
We'll make it
Obsessed with
somehow.
Chad.
You and me both.
I just have to say that my expectations for a multi-trillion-dollar company like Raylon and being known for research and being the cutting edge of technology, very disappointed in the output that's been put into this so far.
Yeah,
I mean, hey, you're our first expedition team. So,
Noted.
Well, then I guess
you tell
Chad-
me, man.
we should probably get expeditioning.
Hell yeah.
Does it at all resemble a giant massive heart with strange growths out of it, since we have a heart surgeon with us?
It is not heart-shaped, no. It is very lumpy, very nondescript, and potato-y is the best way I can kind of put it.
Given what I now know about how
A
Raylon...
heart.
Not on the outside. You can't really see if there's any, organ that would look similar to a heart, but there are, some parts that are pulsating, some parts that are, gesticulating.
That was going to be my
It's just-
question. Does it look like it's breathing?
I'll tell you what, let's have you make the first roll of the game.
Ooh!
Oh, God.
How
What am I
exciting!
rolling?
It's in love.
Does it look like it's in love?
That's
We're
my
gonna call
specialty.
that. We're gonna call that a lasers roll. You're trying to just suss it out, right? Trying to figure out what this thing is all about. If it's breathing.
My number is a 4 and I got a 3. So that is a pass on lasers.
Woo!
Hell to the yizza. You take a close look at the organism itself. You do see that there are some parts of it near the, I guess what you would call the southeast-ish side, that do look like it's rising and falling as if it's trying to take in oxygen.
Does it look strained as it's trying to take in oxygen?
You're not sure. You've never seen something like this before, so you're not entirely positive, if it's hurt or if it's, going through a bad time, because this is your first time encountering something like this.
Gotcha.
Gonna need no more dice for that.
Yeah, you don't know what's normal for this kind of thing.
It's not my first hollow and loveless body.
Oh my God.
Phil's drawn to it in a very interesting way within his programming.
With its poor
Sad.
acid.
Well,
Oh, no.
Can't
I'm
wait to see what
interested to
happens
see
there.
how this thing, what makes this thing tick, and see if we can get it off the ground, because that sounds like a good time.
All right.
Ooh, fascinating.
No time at the present. Dance is just going to reduce their limb stats to the most humanly possible. So we got 2 arms, 2 legs, head, normal limbs for human beings, and just goes in through the tube.
All right, you're just going straight in through the tube.
We're tubing.
We're tubing up in through the tuber.
We're tubing in Arizona.
Love in an elevator.
Do
Amy
I have to
Leslie.
do anything cool?
Amy
Oh, go ahead.
Leslie takes a moment and like preps the gun and has like a moment of like, oh my gosh, oh it's so gross. Okay, that's okay. We've done worse. We've done worse. We lived in Georgia for a bit. It's fine. We can do this.
Heyo.
Heyo.
And then she like takes her hair and takes the little bump that's there and just kind of flattens it a little bit, just so that it kind of sticks down a little bit. It'll slowly start to rise over the course of their exploration, but she's trying to do it to prevent having it touch the ceiling because she just got it done the other day. And follows behind.
All right. Cool.
I think
Nothing-
Tumble's just gonna come right on in. She's looking around, just immediately thinking where on earth the engines are, and then wondering if that's just the bowels of a creature or what's gonna be propelling this thing forward. And she goes on in.
All right.
Chad tries to avoid the liquid that will end their existence. And right before stepping in, on his little projector wrist, there's a small photo of a rock, which is the only baby photo he has. And then he shuts that back in. And as he walks in, he kind of puts his hand out like little kids would to like hit a branch above their head and like touches the form as strolling in, being something that's being entered into this creature's hollow space.
God, I love you guys.
It's a good cast.
All right. It is good. It's a good bit.
Got a good group.
All right. I'm gonna need each of you then to make me a lasers or a feelings roll as you come into our first area, the acid lake.
Ooh. I can choose.
So, yes, you can choose whether to make lasers or a feelings roll for this first thing. I'm going to be kind to you here. After you make your roll, go ahead and describe to me how you're going to like go about entering this room, if you're going to try avoiding the acid, and we'll go from there.
Dance rolls for feelings. Their number is a 3. I roll a 4.
Okay.
And if I'm trying to feelings this room, I'm coming out of the tube first, right?
Uh-huh.
So I think Dance's first instinct, as they would do in surgery or in therapy, just comes out and is just taking in the entirety of it. Immediately sees the acid, avoids the thing that can damage them, because much like in airplanes, you gotta take care of your own safety first before you can take care of others. And just takes in the entirety of the room, just like gets a gauge of what they're working with here, looks for everything like mechanical that feels familiar surgically, and is also just trying to like, and how does this make you feel, giant fleshy ship?
Well, it doesn't talk back, but you being the first one to enter, notice that this just looks like a massive stomach from the interior. Walls lined with some sort of viscous fluid. Bottom of it, of course, the acid is just like settling down into the bottom of the stomach here because gravity. There is a large, what looks to be part of a stone-like object in the middle, which is currently being dissolved by the acid, which you assume is like what it had to, lunch on before it crash landed.
Ah, we've been devoured.
Amy Leslie makes her way in afterwards, looking almost like a Charlie's Angel, with the weapon drawn, and is going in full lasers mode just because that is her training. You go in somewhere suspicious, you treat everything like it's suspicious, shoot first, ask questions later. Maybe. Sometimes put that in the air. And maybe shooting's not necessarily like the laser part all the time. Maybe it is that, hey, I don't know, with like the little pink bedazzled taser. So she's just kind of got it set on taser mode right now, as she's going to go in, and I'm going to roll a lasers roll on this using her like military training.
All right, you're going in, you're going focused, you're clearing the room. Give me that roll.
Barbie Army, in we come. So that is a 2 underneath my 5, which is what I'm aiming for as a lasers roll.
Hell yeah. So you are going in hot. You don't notice anything immediately life-threatening to you. The acid might, eat your shoes if you step in it, so, don't do that.
Y'all watch your step now. Be careful.
Dance greets you, waving with 3 right arms.
She gives him a little hey, sweetie, look.
Hello.
I'm glad you
you're
made
safe.
it.
Don't walk in that.
Yep, no, I wouldn't want to. These shoes are too nice for me to do that.
We figured out that it does eat, though. And I point at the rock and the acid.
Oh, look at that.
Which might be bad news for Chad, because apparently Chad is a rock.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
So perhaps when Chad comes in, we should be on the defensive to make sure we carry them to safety.
Did anyone bring anything? I wish I'd brought a rain jacket. I mean, I figured coming to Arizona, I wouldn't need a rain jacket. It's the desert.
To be fair, you look very strong, and I have many arms.
We can just pick him up. Oh my gosh.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I can give Chad a piggyback ride, she says, at all of 5 foot flat as her height. I mean,
God, I love her. And coming up next through the olfactory tubes.
So, and Tumble's gonna come on through. She hearing "watch your step." She kind of she takes her eyes off of the walls and narrowly misses stepping into a little puddle of acid. She has pulled her goggles down over her eyes because she thinks it looks cool, not because of anything that it's actually doing. She just thinks it looks cool. And she's looking around, trying to be analytical about it. So I rolled lasers. My number is a 4, and I rolled a 4. So I don't know what that means.
You get laser feelings.
You got laser feelings. So what laser feelings mean is you get special insight into what's really going on here. You may ask me any question, and I'll answer you honestly.
Okay. So I'm looking around. Am I getting the feeling that this is more ship, or am I getting the feeling that this is more of a creature? Like more creature or more ship?
Great question. So in this case, it is equal parts both. So it is a vessel that does fly through space, but it is organic and it is alive. So you could qualify it as both a creature and a ship.
Okay.
Not
when
really
I think
more
of vessel,
any one way or the other.
When I think of vessel, just as a clarification point, I think of something that can carry things. That's kind of what I was getting at by vessel.
Correct. Yes, it is designed to, carry transport.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. So yeah, I'm looking around and I'm just going. When they say that this is an organic ship, I don't think they were wrong. There's something. I know that it's alive, so when I say it feels alive, I'm not being that stupid, but there's something alive about it that's also a ship. Yeah. Can I marry this thing? This is what I want in my life.
Oh my gosh.
I love that reaction for you. We definitely should talk more later.
Oh, no, I just think, I love flying, and I mean, by Mary, I love the idea of it being, I always feel like ships are alive in a way, and this is literally alive and a ship.
Yes.
When two consenting adults.
Is the ship an adult?
I am not trying to fuck the ship.
I mean,
no one said you were.
I'm just really excited.
I mean, we don't know. It could be married already.
I do wonder if it had a crew.
Well, I do wonder, though, too. The universe is big, and monogamy seems like a very Earth thing. So,
Correct.
Who knows? Could be
I'll
poly.
confirm that.
That's true. I mean, there's a lot of space in here. And it feels like it could hold a lot of love, really.
But, I mean, long story short, I feel like we need to be careful, not just because we don't want to break things, or we don't want to get hurt. But I don't want to hurt this beautiful creature.
Also, we're going to be standing near the hole, so when Chad comes out, he doesn't get eaten.
Yeah, Chad, baby, are you coming? She shouts down the tube.
As Chad makes it out, he looks and remembers LSD is bad for robots, so he goes around the acid. But I rolled for feelings. My number's 2, but I rolled a 4.
Okay, that works.
Yeah, Chad, everything he puts in his body is very precious to him. So as he's entered into this creature's hollow body, does Chad himself feel precious?
Ooh. Yeah, Jenny.
I would say so. I would say that you feel, welcomed in this presence here, and definitely do want to avoid that acid so that you, as a precious being yourself, don't stop being precious. Or existing, for example.
Wipes the eyebrows and a little more like anime wide, watery eye as he walks into the conversation of can you marry or and fuck this ship.
Okay, hey, Chad, before you go any further, come on over here. How much you weigh, darling?
Inside or outside?
I'd take an answer for both, honestly. I kind of think, I heard you say you were hollow.
You're supposed to lie about your weight, so he gives you a number, but cuts like 50 pounds off of it.
Okay. Perfect. All right, so here, just come on over here, and you're just going to hop on my back, because I really don't want... Oh, you know what? Even better. I've got a plan. So out of her bag, she takes out...
Can you walk through acid, though?
No, hold on. I came prepared, because I was wearing heels earlier. So I brought my other shoes, because you start walking around a little too long in the heels and your feet start hurting. So I got my backup shoes. And so she pulls out her backup shoes and said, well, perhaps this might work a little better for you if you take my little Heelys, my little floating shoes that I just got from in there. That way you don't touch the ground.
Thank you for the soul.
Yes. You know what? It seems like it's got some good soul in it.
Now I have 2. Whoop-whoop-be-doo.
Obsessed with Chad.
Are there pathways like around the lake or through the lake?
Yeah.
Or is this just like an open
there's like there's some room where you can stand on, like the walls are like it's stomach shaped, so it's like a very round room. So like the acid is like at the very, very bottom, but you can still like walk along the sides pretty easily. If you lose your footing, you could slip, but
Here, lean
right
on
now
me,
you're
baby.
fine.
No, these shoes are great.
Yeah, they look good on you too. Look at that. It kind of complements your
My spicy
coloration.
calves. Yes.
Yeah, look, it does. Wow, look at that definition.
And then he just starts trying to make a bunch of jokes that involve the phrase leg day, because he's not sure what that means.
Obsessed.
I also have legs for days. I grow like 2 more legs.
You stop that.
Y'all are just so much fun. And then hear it, like, kind of going back to what Tumbledry was saying. She is, like, fiddling with the gun and setting the setting to the gun to, like, a lower level.
Lower than Taze.
Lower than Taze. More of just kind of
Delight
like,
and surprise.
it kind of like
shock and awe.
It kind of like like those little massagers where it kind of like if it kind of startles you. It's instead of it being a taser gun now, it's like a startle gun, like a little buzz.
Love the idea of a startle gun.
Perfect.
Big fan.
I would just hate to see anything come to this creature that we couldn't fix. So
we need to find the part you can propose to.
that would be...
I ship you. I ship you both.
I ship me too with this thing. I ship me too, at least in terms of flying. But I think if this is the stomach, we want to go upwards, right? I mean, doesn't it make sense to go not the exit route way?
Yeah, to wherever the brain might be.
Yeah,
love always starts in the guts.
Yeah,
Yes.
Well,
Well, I think the real
directly-
phrase, Chad, is, what was it? It's packed someone's heart through their stomach.
I believe on your planet they call that species men.
Thing is, I found that it's for men, women, and all people. Food is
Interesting.
quite the aphrodisiac.
And listen, I find that when I don't have enough food, I become, I just am not the one. I am not the best version of myself when I don't have enough food. So it seems like it's eaten now. So maybe that means it won't get hangry on us.
So your
Let's
bodies
get
are
going.
engines that require repair.
Yeah.
Give this thick thought a Snickers.
Everyone just turns and looks at Chad.
What?
He's just checking his AI programming. I will correct that.
Are you using TikTok to learn language?
Maybe you might want to turn
Clocks
that
teach
setting
me
off.
many things, but not language.
Oh, dance. I think it's been light years since TikTok's been banned for a long time, my friend. Hasn't been around since I was a tot.
Light years is a mileage.
Measures distance. God damn it.
She was talking to me.
Sorry. God had to intervene. God got upset about that joke.
I think the ship is mad.
Oh, no. Oh, mate, did you have a Snickers? Let's give it.
Do you have a tum?
Okay, so we can.
Oh,
glean that
I
the
always
stomach
have
does in
tums.
fact
Hot girls
digest.
all hot girls have stomach problems. I always have tums on me.
All
Just
of
throw a tum in there.
Can confirm.
I pull out my extra strength tums and I throw a couple tums in the stomach acid.
Perfect.
Those were the size of ostriches.
Well,
them. That should be a roll.
It doesn't have heartburn. Hell yeah. That should be. That should be a roll. You know what? Fuck it.
It doesn't die, does it?
Go,
What am
give me
I
a
rolling?
feelings roll for that one. Give me a
Feelings?
feelings roll.
Great.
It's a feeling in your tongue.
Oh, my number is a 4 and I got a 1.
Well, that would have been great if this was a lasers roll.
Yeah,
But it's
would have
not.
been
So what
So
wonderful.
what happens when
but
you
it's
throw
in fact
tums into a
not that.
fleshy alien ship?
Yeah, maybe you shouldn't feel stuff.
Chad's eyebrows go kind of sad because you've already drugged them and love had just begun.
Oh no, it's not a
So he knows
drug.
this
It's
is a darker
just
story now.
it is
Tum is considered a vitamin?
it's calcium. Or no, it's
Oh.
not. It's a form of calcium.
It's just a mineral, right?
It's minerals.
Watching horror
yeah.
as 4 art kids try to figure out what a tums is.
Let me run and grab my tums from the other room real
Hey,
quick.
Chad, can you look up what Tums is made of?
Well, right now it
This
appears
episode
it's
of Game
made
Master
of
Monday
us.
is not sponsored by Tums, but we would love to be.
What happened to the ship, Jenny?
So
It
the
wants to
Tums
get
just kind of
married.
float on top of the acid.
Calcium
This is
carbonate.
float
Slow
there?
process. Yeah, they just gotta float
They're
there.
in sync. They
Well,
just
it's only
float
like-
on top of the acid.
Are they large
Yeah.
enough we can hop on the Tums to cross the acid?
Ooh.
No!
She said they
What
said they were
do you
huge.
mean? Are they large enough that you can jump on top of the Tums?
Tums are
Are we
like the
quite
size
small
of
now?
nickels.
Yeah, have we been magnificent journeyed?
No, you're still regular size.
Okay.
Come on.
All right. All right.
How do we get
God
to the
said
next
Silly,
that
but
we
we're
could
not that
walk.
silly.
God said we could walk on other sides of the stomach. Why don't
Mm-hmm.
we try to walk around the acid that seems to be impervious to calcium carbonate?
Good idea.
There you go.
All right, well,
So
Doctor,
that's easy enough to do.
I guess, like you were saying, we don't want to go out the back end, so let's see if we can find whatever might be closest to, I don't know, something to communicate with it.
Yeah, if it's built like one of your species, then the brain would be more north, but we can't make any assumptions on that because different species from different planets store their brains in different cavities.
Are there any other, I've got to switch to my usual voice, are there any other, openings? Like, how many other openings are there going from this? There's just the north and south?
Correct. In this case, there would be the south, which would be the excretory cannons that you kind of meandered on through
They're
inside.
they're cannons.
That's how they're
Yeah,
described.
yours
in the book.
not.
I mean,
I
depends
I
on
wouldn't
what I ate.
describe them as cannons, but okay.
That's where
It's
you
also
wanted on it.
plural, I just realized.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's
multiple.
a bunch of them. Like there was enough that each of you could have wandered inside individually, which you did.
Tubes are weapons.
And yeah, the tubes are weapons, and directly due north, or what you assume is north, there is a tunnel full of what seems to be clumps of hair.
Oh.
Is the tunnel a cannon?
It's a tunnel. Sometimes a tunnel is just a tunnel. In this case, the tunnel is just a tunnel.
Unless it's jar.
What is the condition of the hair? Like, is it well kept, or like, is it?
The hairs
Dye?
are silky and sensual.
Oh, like, okay.
Okay, I know I said something about loving this thing already. I did not mean.
That seems like your
I did
forte.
not mean. It is not my forte. But why are they sensual and silky hairs? This is disturbing.
I turned to Chad and I'm like, this might be a valuable learning experience for you, my friend.
I am going to try to, without having to cut from any sort of source, because I don't want to take hair that's still attached. I would love to try to find some to put inside my hollow, loveless body.
Ooh, that feels like a lasers check.
I have a
Does
2
it?
is my number.
It feels like a lasers check to me because he's just, attempting to science this out, find a piece of hair that is not
Can he at least
attached.
roll 2?
No, I just have to roll a 1 or a 2. This is doable.
Right.
That is a 2, so I got laser feeling.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, love us some laser feelings here, especially
love-
for
we
the
love
goddamn
tunes.
sensual hairs.
Hell yeah. So not only do you find exactly what you're looking for, you find a loose clump of hair that is not attached to anything. You can ask me any question you like.
As I very respectfully lay it out along my palm and watch it shimmer in the fleshlight of this space.
Oh God!
I know
I
you
guess
did
I
not.
want to. Well, I mean, how are we seeing? There's got to be light in here, right? Fleshlight. So.
There's definitely daylight coming through
Oh.
the cannons.
I would like to
Through
assume
the
we
tunnel.
have flashlights, not
You
flesh
also do
lights.
have
Both.
lighting materials. You do have ways to see apart from just, the sun.
So there is a light.
You have light. You each individually have a light.
Standing by Fleshlight, he will look at the hair, and the question I want to ask is, has this grown recently?
Ooh.
Is it supposed to be in this space? Within that nature, however it works for you, story-wise.
Yes, it does. So as far as the hair is concerned, it pretty much all looks uniform what's growing out of the walls, right? So it's all this bright candy red color.
Ooh.
You ever had a warhead, like one of them super hot ones?
I've read of them.
It's that kind of color, like that hot tamales red. And as you're kind of going through it, it does feel like it was growing recently, up until maybe the past couple weeks, up till months.
I think the ship might be hurt, but it also could just be in a manic pixie season, and it doesn't need as much of this hair. And I think he will put it in his body.
Pixie means what you think it means, sweetheart.
And then he'll draw a wink and just look at Tumble as he puts the sensual hair inside of his barrel-like chest.
I don't know how I feel about you trying to wingman me with the ship.
Hi, have you met Tumble?
Speaking to the ship, right?
Yeah.
Have you met?
You don't get a reply, but give me a feelings roll anyway.
Cold. That's a 1, actually. And
Wow.
the feelings is 2.
Wow.
Oh,
The one number you couldn't roll.
Yes. Fine.
well, it goes wrong somehow.
Bad
Care to
wingman.
elaborate?
The ship is
I would
now
love to
offended.
try.
The ship
I would
is
love
offended.
to try to elaborate. So as you're kind of walking through the hairs here, trying to get a feeling of hey, do you like my cool friend? You get a electric shock as you pass by one of the hairs that are rooted in the ship itself. Like something like zaps your circuits, like, and you kind of like seize up a little bit.
Is it a good shock to my circuits?
No. It does not feel great.
Never mind then. I'm sorry, Tumble.
Well-
I don't think they like you.
Well, that's okay. I can try to make amends as we come on through. You know, maybe once I get to the helm, things will look
They
better.
may want him. They may like a man, but that's not the vibe I got from them. You said you were going to make them a man?
No, get them make amends, meaning
Didn't-
apologize.
Repair what was broken, emotionally speaking.
Yes.
I reprogrammed my autocorrect on that one real quick.
Good
Save.
try though. Very good try. I would add that to your dictionary.
Richard.
There you go.
That was a bad joke.
Never gets
Is
old.
there a way? Is there a way for us to walk through the hairs without touching them, or is
Without
it
pulling
like a
it?
clean path?
That feels like a roll to me.
Let's go.
Oh,
I would like to
that's
touch
just
them.
You would love to. Oh,
Like,
I mean,
Rub
I'm
my
not going to
hands
stop
on
you.
them as we walk
Yeah,
through.
I'm very
Again, the same
imagining,
kind
like,
of little kid in
Hand
the
in
forest.
wheat in like
Yeah.
Iowa situation.
Is this lasers or feelings?
Well,
Historians.
for everybody but Chad, I'm going to go ahead and say lasers, because he's actively going and trying to touch all of the fucking hair.
Cool.
I got a 3. My number's a 4, so I passed.
Nice.
I got a 4. My number's a 5, so I passed.
Nice.
My number's a 3. I rolled a 6, so I failed.
Ouchies. Okay, so for those of you who have passed, you are able to go ahead and kind of make your way through the hairs without, inflicting harm. You are able to kind of like go through and just like walk through the areas that don't have patches of hair. Grant, unfortunately,
My name is Dance. Thank you very much.
poor Dance. Poor Dance.
You just had too many arms.
You do have way too many limbs and appendages, and you do kind of like graze up against like a bunch of hair, like a clump of hair as you're trying to pass through here. And you receive a massive electric shock as you are, just kind of like walking through here.
Shoot. Okay. So I'm getting shocked, and I'm just like, oh, was I pulling on the hair too hard? So I'm like I go limbless. I'm only gonna give myself like enough legs I need to walk, and like 0 arms.
Just kind of like, like 2 struts, just like... beep,
Yeah,
beep, beep,
I'm coming at you like an ostrich.
My first thought was the Titans in Attack on Titan.
Oh
The way
yeah,
they
that
walk.
yeah.
The way they can
Yeah.
walk.
Freshly de-armed
Alright.
Titan.
Is
Yeah.
it
I
actively
feel that.
shocking me as I'm touching it more? On
did you
purpose?
pass your feelings check?
Oh, I didn't roll because I just wanted to touch it anyway. But I can roll.
Here we go.
Yeah, give me a feelings check, because you are actively wanting to feel this thing.
That's a 5 with a 2. So he is just whispering, if you were small enough, I'd put you in me. As he's touching the hairs.
Everything you say is just a left-hand turn, man.
I love it. This
I
is
love it. I love it so much.
it's so great.
When I first typed
So-
my hollow loveless body in the chat for this, it was just, I knew that's what I was going with.
Yeah, no, it's perfect. This is all that I want.
It's lovely. It terrifies me. But yeah, in your case specifically, you still do get those electric shocks, but they're more like stimulating than painful in your case.
Did you
Sometimes it
say
hurts
they're
to learn.
titillating?
Yeah, that's a great word for it, titillating.
I'll just kind of play with him, like just kind of hold his hand and let the little shocks happen because he understands learning is a painful process.
Yeah, like one of them little plasma balls, like you see it like arcing between like the hairs and your fingers. Like that's such a great little image there.
He's giving the ship, time to explore.
Did you name our ship Timothy?
Perhaps
I don't know
he
if I
sensed
can
it.
name anything, to be honest.
Did
it might
did
not be
it
in my
tell you
programming.
its name was Timothy? Chad, are you able to talk to this thing?
I am. I don't know if it can understand or listen, but I can talk at it.
In a way, we can all talk to the ship.
I mean, you kind of are. Just by yammering.
I love these two, like, emotional foreign creatures just trying to reason with these two southern cowgirls.
It's pretty fucking great. I'm a huge fan.
Amy Leslie kind of looks up just at the thought of that and is like, "Hey, hun, hi, can we help you? Like, what can we do to help you? Can you understand me?"
You get no reply.
Wiggle twice if we can help you. Wiggle once if you're doing okay.
I wiggled twice.
The tunnel does not undulate at all. No wiggles.
I don't think it speaks English, y'all.
So
I mean,
few
I'd be
things do.
surprised if it did. I just am not the most articulate all the time, but, most things don't understand me outside of my little town. But
You think it's the
I'm
accent?
curious. It might be the accent.
It happens all the
I
time.
mean, especially, it's just, I feel like nobody understands us.
I know, and that's why we're getting along so good, honey. It's like we get it.
It's beautiful.
I know,
Also,
it's so refreshing.
I gotta say, I love your heels. I'm
Oh
sorry
my
you got to
goodness,
take them off, but I
thank
get
you
it.
so much.
Yeah.
I thank you.
They
I mean,
match your-
I felt real strange coming in here wearing them, but I'm just so relieved. After this, we should
You
go.
know what?
We should go get some tea or something after this.
Absolutely. We
know.
can go get some sweet tea, sit on the porch, and just people watch. But also, I think if you can do it in high heels, you can do anything.
You are so inspiring. Thank you for that. I really needed that. And she's
I'm
like,
inspired? Nah, I'm just,
Oh,
I'm
yes,
just a
yeah,
girl
look at you.
who loves
You come in
flying a
here-
ship.
And look at you. You're doing wonderful things out there. You're making all kinds of accomplishments. I bet your mama's real proud of you.
I hope so. I haven't spoken to my mama in a little while, but I hope so.
I know she is. And when you come back from this, it's just going to be a wonderful day.
You too. I'm really excited. Let's see what happens here. This strange tube. It's not responding to us,
Mm-mm.
but Chad's
mean-
getting something from it, right?
Chad is
Well-
saying that.
Chad seems to have a spark with it, truly. So I hope you're not.
Well, they
hurt
were
from that.
talking about Mom Chadwell Morris code touching the wall of the creature. You can
Ooh.
keep us forever.
I do get a little jealous, but I can understand if two sentient beings that are also machines can understand each other more than I can understand the ship.
Honey, you're
But-
going to find someone who's just, you're going to find. They may not be worth it. You can find someone better. You can always do better. There's plenty of fish out in
I
the
hope so.
universe.
I hope so. Thank you.
There are fish in the
Yeah.
universe.
I'm gonna
That's
put
true.
my hand on the wall of the ship. Is there?
Are you
any-
going to be touching hair?
No, I was trying to touch I'm trying not to touch hair. I'm trying to touch more of the fleshy parts.
Okay. Give me a feelings check.
That is a 5. My number's a 4, so I pass.
Hell yeah. Good work. So, of course, it feels like, intestine.
Classic.
It's
That
kinda
also
weird to the
relatable
touch.
Yes,
feeling
I have
we've
a
all
really. I've got a really clear frame of reference for that.
It's sticky and gooey and a little gross. But you do kind of put your hand up against it and you kind of get an understanding of this thing is, alive and probably does have, something about it that makes it feel, the hairs may just be an extension of its body, a way that it can communicate. You're not entirely sure what the purpose of the hairs are, but they're sure there, and you're getting the feeling that it's
You
part of it.
you said God, you said that
me.
it felt
Me.
like intestines.
Correct. Like, slimy,
Now,
sticky.
Tumble's not the greatest at anatomy, especially as it comes to alien species, but in humans and in many species that she has encountered, intestines come after the stomach, not before. And we're trying to head towards the entrance, not the exit.
Correct.
Are we going the wrong way?
It is the only other way you could have gone.
What if they're outtestines instead of intestines?
Listen
Yeah.
to you.
You know what? I think he's on to
They're
something. That's
between
interesting.
intestines.
Mm-hmm.
Which does bring us to our first crossroads. So, good question.
Good evening, everyone. It is I, Grant, the person playing your favorite alien heart doctor this week. I'm here to tell you about some more cool stuff because it's what, babies? The middle of the episode. Let me kick things off by introducing you to a new series from our friend Rachel Schumacher, The Circle of the Tipping Hourglass.
Time is a precious resource. You never truly know how much you have left. In an age where people pray for a few more minutes, there are a dedicated few who get the privilege of playing with the past and the present. What will they do when the chance to stop the hands from moving, the sand from falling, becomes all too real? What is the cost of remembering the truth, and is it a price they're willing to pay? The Circle of the Tipping Hourglass, a 3-episode Candela Obscura actual play series, out now and through the month of August. Follow along on YouTube and Twitch for this series and more community-built campaigns under Rachel Schumacher.
There's been a lot of great Candela Obscura streams coming out lately, and Rachel's is one of the very best. Rachel's GMing is flowy and deliberate and a performance to behold. The cast chemistry is evident out of the gate. Highly recommend checking out this series while it's early. The debut episode just came out a couple of days ago, so you can get in early and be one of the cool kids for once. There's been this little goblin man sitting next to me who seems to want to tell you guys something. Hey, would you like to have the microphone for a second?
Well, thanks for asking. The rumors are true. This May, the Heart is a Dungeon podcast will begin our 2nd season, where we will be playing Under Hollow Hills, a Powered by the Apocalypse game about a fairy circus. Join us and 16 amazing players as we tell a somber and serious story.
Wait, hold on. We haven't even met the moth. You can't threaten to eat something before you've met it.
Yes, I can. I just did.
Eat the moth.
Yeah. What if it doesn't taste good?
I will protect this moth with my life.
Some moths do taste bad.
Seems we have different interests are happening right now. We're torn already.
You're all lunatics.
That might be true.
I'm not a tick, I'm a bird.
All right, well, don't be insulting. You're asking us for help.
Ka.
It was a moon joke. I'm sorry. It was a moth, a moon. I don't have any friends out here, and they're just shaking in the spot.
Well, I can see why. You tell terrible jokes.
Now that's not very nice. Milady, where do you hail from? Oh, yes, you.
Yeah, Gemma's my name. Yeah, Charmed.
Is it now? Is it? Wait, a quick sidebar.
Sidebar?
Sidebar.
Okay.
Sidebar, yes. Yes, 1 moment. I need to, yes. Come, everyone.
He comes too. Yeah.
Oh, wait, okay.
I'm going to land on his shoulder and peck at his head until he moves. Not for you.
I'll be by the bar.
Listen.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm not sure what's going on with my companions here.
I'll be with my dirty moth.
I thought he was a prince.
He's a prince, rhubarb.
And as you wrap your slightly damp arms around this moth, they remember when they were small enough that the smallest lights could attract them. The world was so huge with fireflies and candles, everything so glistening and new, and when you're as big as they are now, there's just the sun, there's just the moon, and they've become jaded to the smaller lights. One teardrop of pure moth.
if you're enjoying Chad-GPT and are thinking to yourself, boy, I'd sure like a whole show with this robot's vibe, then you gotta check out The Heart is a Dungeon. That's Rahrah. Rahrah GM's that show. I mean, there's nothing like it. The show is poetry in motion, baby. Get your beautiful asses in there. And then, coming this Thursday, is Burnt Creek. Burnt Creek, our next Game Master Monday Presents miniseries, features some travelers on a bus ride. They've all come from different places with their own lives and problems, so they're taking a bus across the country, at least for a little while. Until suddenly, their little trip takes a dark and sudden plunge. Brace yourselves for the gothic horror that awaits you in Burnt Creek. Burnt Creek is a 3-part Call of Cthulhu miniseries featuring guest keeper Izzy and starring Adam from 5 GMs in a Trench Coat, Amon from the Infinite Tavern, Irving from the upcoming Playback Static podcast, and author Melissa C. The series begins August 8th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, only on twitch.tv/GameMasterMonday. Join us if you have the bravery. Alright, scary podcast stream guy, okay. Well, with that out of the way, why don't I throw you right back into Otherworldly Flesh? Is it in or out?
To the north, you will see kind of an extension of the tunnel itself. The hairs cease to exist, but at the kind of like opening of, let's say, the larger of the two intestines, you get to see this like weird gut-like section of this thing's body. You can see like these weird like multi-legged creatures marching along the walls in a row, kind of like using little suction cups. And you can't really tell what they're doing, but you kind of just like observe them for now. On the east, however, I want everybody in the call to do me a kind of a weird, gross favor. Press your tongue to the roof of your mouth. That's kind of the texture that this room is. You can see teeth. You can see like soft palate. It is a weird, overgrown maw of just teeth and gums and.
Beautiful.
This thing is organized fascinatingly.
Like, out of character, I know generally where we, in theory, should be. I think. Mm-hmm. I think.
It's a very weirdly mapped out being. I'm looking at the map and I'm just like, why is it put together this way?
It's a winning.
Because alien. Because alien.
Because alien.
And we're all built differently. We don't have to understand it. We only have to respect it.
Yeah, Jenny.
Is anybody here particularly good at alien languages? I think we've established that they don't tend to understand our southern accent, but does anybody good at the talking to aliens thing?
I am an intergalactically renowned heart surgeon.
That does not answer the question about whether you understand alien languages, though.
I'm literally an alien.
I'm an alien to you, so...
Yes.
You know what this feels? You know what this fucking feels like? This feels like the fucking... There's like this post on either, I think, Reddit or Tumblr. It's like, man, this person's gay, but they've never said outwardly that they support LGBT rights.
But also, like, alien is relative here. Like, I'm an alien to him.
I'm not from Arizona, so...
Yeah. More alien languages than you do.
From Arizona.
And I can certainly rotate around some of the ones that I understand and know to see if anything clicks.
I'm just curious because there are these creatures over this way that are literally kind of moving and look like creatures, not like
I want to go look at those guys.
The ship.
Oh, well then yeah, we should do that. That could be the crew.
I don't think I could chat with them.
Chad, make sure that you ask them before you put them in your, like, it's important to make sure that you don't just, like, do that.
Oh, it actually won't work that way. Everything needs to be asked. Even stone.
how's that worked out for you?
Good. I have friends and no prisoners. And then he'll walk over to them while listening to this, like just to look at them. And also being like, I don't know if Tumble's ready to be a parent.
Tumble is not ready to be a parent, but that is not where her head is at.
Do they respond to us, or do they just seem like automated path type of thing?
That is a great question. How about you give me a roll and we'll figure out what they do?
Anything they want.
Let's call this a feelings check for you.
What else could it be?
I have a 2 on the floor. That's a 6.
So yeah, that works out pretty well for you, I would say. So you walk up to these weird multi-legged red critters. If I had to describe them any kind of way, they kind of look like an asterisk moving around. One of them kind of like turns to like kind of face you, and part of its kind of flesh opens up to reveal like a large green eye, just kind of like looking at you.
I'll erase my eyes and draw one green one while being moved at the asterisk shape, because Chad's also added later as an afterthought.
It tilts its eye stalk. like, huh. Look at that. It's not really doing anything outwardly to, like, harm you or anything. It's just kind of curious about you, like, what is this thing? Why are you here?
Same. Yeah, I'll just watch
this
it
for
for a
several
while
hours.
while listening to everybody.
We slowly get digested while Chad tries to interpret this.
Do you think we should interrupt, or do you think it's rude to interrupt him? I mean, it's been a little bit.
They don't seem to be violent, at least.
No,
Either that or Chad is just naturally charming.
I know.
Or I
Well,
have
I
no
mean, if we're
flesh they
getting
can
paid by
eat.
the hour, we can let him do this as long as he wants.
That's true.
I mean, do we get time and a
Can you
half?
bring, like, a Twix or something?
Would they be cute if I put some of the shaft hair on top of them? Like, would it be a good look?
Ooh. Give me a feelings roll.
That's another
Roll for-
6.
Roll for hairstyle.
I'm perplexed by this.
It doesn't zap it. So that's the first good news. Secondly, it does not seem perturbed that you're kind of trying to interact with it. So it's like it's neutral towards you, and you're slowly starting to climb up the ranks, and this thing kind of liking you. So it's like, oh, okay, so this is just how we do things. So it takes like a suction cup like off of the wall and like also touches your head. It doesn't put anything on you, but it's like touching your head.
You can stick to me like a refrigerator covered in broken dreams.
Yes, I've also been to the Niagara Falls gift shop.
They're pretty fly
like-
for little guys.
Yeah. It keeps its suction cup on your head about as long as you put your hand on its, and then it just removes it with a loud, wet noise,
Does it leave just a little circle?
Yeah, like a little circle on top of your head.
He pretends to cry again.
Aw. It cries too. Unfortunately for you,
Uh-oh.
its tears are poisonous.
Well, he's an android.
Some of us don't
So-
have the healthiest form of weeping.
So, don't eat them.
Oh.
Because
That
they're
was
poisonous.
our plan. I don't think that was part of our plan here. Because they
Tumble,
are
I think this one
creatures.
needs you.
Tumble comes over. She's like, "What do you mean needs me?"
Well, stepmom.
Oh dear God.
Step, comma, space, mom.
I think it needs a little attention that Uncle Chad can't give.
The mom that stepped up.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of. So how tall are these creatures?
About as tall as you are.
This is a story
Okay, so they're
of found
gigantic.
family.
I was thinking they were itty bitty. I had like dust sprites from Spirited Away kind of thought in my head, little itty bitty things.
Mm-mm. These guys are tall.
Oh.
They are large, multi-legged creatures.
Since I don't know that anything is dangerous to me with these things, Tumble's just gonna kind of look at Chad and just go, okay, Pat's the whatever looks like a head on it.
He's a little too
I
pale on
don't
it now with the
under-
shaft hair.
I don't understand what's happening, but you're
I
okay.
hate the phrase shaft hair, for the record.
I think it's
Why?
terrible.
I didn't put hair in the shaft. That was God.
That was...
Yes, but you did.
Yeah,
you
give me a
did.
feelings roll for Pat Head.
You did canonically give us flashlights, so it's fine.
Chad will put a little bit of the hair on his head, too. For, like,
I got a
solidarity.
6.
Nice. That works.
Yes.
Yeah, so it mimics you again. So it's like, oh, this is just how this species communicates, or whatever you guys all are. So you pat its head, it pats yours, and that same little little suction cup noise.
Thank you, Chad. I don't think it was upset. I just think it was like, I don't know.
I don't know what's going on.
I saunter over. It's mimicking your actions.
So when I thought it was
Great.
upset,
I'm glad it's mimicking, but I don't understand why it's mimicking.
It's probably a creature with not a high emotional intelligence, so it just reflects what it sees. Or it's a creature with a very high emotional intelligence, and it just mocks what it sees.
I'll pull up a little hologram of a little kid just yelling at its mom to watch what it can do. Like, maybe it's like this.
Aww.
Yeah. Can
Tumble.
only understand emotions by performing them.
Well, but what are they doing though? Like, I mean, apart from the
What are they here
pet
for?
pet. Yeah, like what are they doing? Like,
Endless
are they
joy
moving
and
anything?
destiny.
So what you can tell with these critters is they are walking kind of in a straight line, kind of like marching up the gut towards the next area. You can't really quite see it because there's a lot of like turns and twists in this general area, but it looks like they're trying to defend something. Like they're marching in rank like soldiers.
They grow so quick.
Can we see what's in front of them? Like what they're going towards or from?
You would need to kind of like go into the gut to follow them to kind of like figure out
Well,
where
they
they're
seem
going.
Fine.
They seem like friendly little guys. I mean, as long as they've made friends with you two, so maybe we'll go that way. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't like the sound of us going towards those, teeth. Kind of seems like if we're trying not to get eaten, I would stay away from the teeth.
I see
Speaking
what you
of,
mean.
are there
but
loose teeth in this space, or are they all connected?
They were like on the
to
walls,
something?
right? Like,
Yeah, they're like growing out of the walls, like how humans have a mouth.
Are there any baby teeth around I can shove into my loveless body?
Give me a lasers check. Let's see if there's anything
it
lying
never
around.
gets
That's a
old.
one.
It never gets old. It never gets old.
You rolled a
Yeah.
one?
Let's fucking go.
Hell yeah! Yeah, you know what? There is a loose tooth that you're able to pry from the floor, no problem. You go ahead and put it in your little sample container.
The only part of me I have control over.
This is very Zakariyama coded. Give me your teeth.
Well, I thought maybe Tumble might want that later as a keepsake.
I like you.
I think I'm okay. I mean, I think I'm okay.
Don't-
Thank you, Chad.
Don't most moms save baby teeth?
I am not this creature's mother. I did not birth it.
Not yet.
Just nodding.
Tumble just stops and just kind of goes like deer in the headlights with it all and just goes, anyways,
Moving on from that topic, you follow the little soldiers,
I
as we're
get,
gonna just call them.
I guess, yeah, we can go towards the soldier, the little alveoli things.
The what?
The
Now we're saying
alveoli
odd things.
things.
Like aioli?
Yeah.
Like, are you talking like a sauce or something, or what the?
No, I'm talking about it, when you
Pasta.
think about human anatomy. There's in the lungs and in the intestines.
Oh, honey.
There's ridges and bumps that are called alveoli that help with absorption of things like oxygen, and that's kind of what these look like.
You look at Amy Leslie's face, and you can tell that she has never taken a science class in her life.
I look Amy right in the eyes and they're by your lungs.
I pull up a hologram of a ravioli.
And Amy points at the hologram.
I look at Amy and I go, You know, maybe when we go get tea, I can give you an anatomy lesson, too.
Oh.
I like the sound of that.
Did the ship
And
hear
she
that,
makes a
and how
little-
did it respond?
She makes a little, like, finger guns. at
Finger
some
guns.
Finger guns.
Like, just, hey.
Well, you get no reply.
The two of you just making finger guns at each other for an
No.
hour
Oh, yeah.
at like a
It's
coffee
like
shop.
but it's like the finger guns, but she has
goes
the
on for
actual
several
like
hours.
plasma gun too. So she's like finger guns, but with the other one's an actual one.
Well,
Let's go follow those creatures, because, I mean, the mouth is usually close to the brain.
I'd like to know what they're defending, what they're afraid
I
of.
guess you'll find out in a minute.
Let's go find out.
Yeah.
God has spoken. Let's go.
You reach an exceptionally large chamber. I would want to say like 10 times about as tall as you guys are. Directly in the middle of it, you can see this huge, pulsating, onion-shaped organ in the middle of the room. It is hot in here. There are more of these little asterisk-looking creatures kind of like wandering around the walls of this thing, and they definitely like have all eyes on this organ in the middle here.
They're defending the onion.
Yeah, do they look like they're defending it, or they're, like, investigating it, or, like, what's the vibe we're getting here?
Worshipping it? In love.
This is definitely like, you know how you have like soldiers present with like guns at attention to protect like some important political figure? Kind of that sort of vibe.
Oh.
How
Where's our
specific.
surgeon?
Can we like? Using my surgical expertise, I mostly just want to know like why, you know, why important, why defend, what come.
And is it possible as well for Amy Leslie to do the same thing too, seeing as?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and let you both kind of like suss this out. So, what are you gonna specifically be doing? Like, you're just trying to like feel why it's important?
I'm trying to look.
I
sorry,
think.
you go ahead.
Yeah. No, I'm probably the same wavelength, but I was gonna say Amy's probably looking at like what thing do I have to shoot, and I'm looking at like why is this onion the thing they're trying to prevent from being damaged.
So both
Yeah,
lasers?
both would be like lasers on that one. I know that Amy is specifically looking at the their defensive stance as well as what kind of defenses are we looking at here, right? Because if they're just the little asterisks, yeah. So she's doing that, and she's absolutely doing a lasers roll.
Okay.
Can I roll a second dice? 'Cause I'm a doctor.
Can I roll a second dice? Because I'm a.
Because you're a military person, you may.
Lasers is less, right?
Lasers is under your number, yeah.
I rolled a 1 and a 2. Both
Same.
under my number.
1 and
Double
4.
success.
Both under?
yeah.
Hell to the Isaiah. We'll start
4
with
successes.
Yeah, that's 4 huge successes, I would say. We'll go ahead and start with Amy. So you're taking a look at the defensive posture of the asterisk-looking beings. They have their eyes in 2 places. Some of the soldiers have their eyes trained on the organ itself. The rest of them have their eyes trained on you 4. Like, they're like, okay, what are your intentions? They're just like, okay, like, you know, cop, like, don't move, but, like, we're still, like, you know, watching what you're going to be doing. You, Dance, are taking a look at this object, and you have seen a lot of different alien species in your day. A lot of them have an organ for moving important fluid or important bile or important shit through the body. This, to you, feels like the creature's heart. But, in your expertise, you can also tell that there's a specific reason why they're protecting the heart besides it being a vital organ like this. Almost as if there might be a second entity within this organ.
Okay. So, I am gonna pull out my quantum notebook. Which I have just now decided its purpose. So my quantum notebook, I want to use it as sort of a like not a catch-all per se, but something where I can document things needed or things I would normally want to like show a patient. So like here's how I'm imagining it. Imagining I'm in like alien therapy and the patient is having a hard time imagining their life without their like, I don't know, toxic partner. So like I describe it in the notebook and it plays like a little hologram type of dealio.
Oh, that's fun.
So what I want to do is instead of explain what's going on here, I want to write what I'm learning, and I want the notebook to show me what kind of creature could be inside this sack.
So as you've kind of scribbled in what you've kind of learned, the hologram kind of plays back sort of a medical diagram of the inside of this organ. What you see is something warm and something precious, a seed to create another ship.
In this moment, I'd like to watch my party members to make sure none of them is moving to do harm to this. And I'll just kind of hold an action, basically.
Okay, so you're doing a hold for an emergency feelings check,
Or
essentially.
an emergency laser check.
Sure.
Yeah, depending on if you have to smack a bitch.
Am I that bitch that needs to be smacked? I'm trying to decide.
Ah, man, I don't know if
Are
anyone
you
in this
that
group
bitch?
looks particularly smackable. I don't know.
Depends on what you're smacking.
I can smack it or leave it.
My body rings like a drum.
So I turn around with my notebook and I'm just kind of like holding it up to the three of you. I'm not trying to keep it a secret. And I go, the vessel can create other vessels. The future life is stored within the heart. What we need to determine is at what point in this vessel's lifespan it is at. Because if they are defending what's inside the heart, that may imply that what's inside the heart is not ready to come out yet. However, it could also mean, given how motionless and how unresponsive this vessel has been, that it may be preparing to plant its seed and create a new life form.
With it being able to reproduce, have feelings, exist, and be, why do we keep calling it a vessel beyond the original wording from the one who hired us?
Well, what if it seems that, yes, it's a vessel, yes, it's a living thing, but, I mean, our organs inside of us, I guess, maybe, looks because doesn't know science. Like, if you took something out of you, you could probably keep it alive for a bit until it finished doing that, right? Like,
They call them children.
yeah, no, but not like a fully formed thing. Like, like if my liver was needed, I wouldn't use it, honestly, y'all. But if my liver was needed to filter something else, technically, if it were kept alive and used to filter something, it would be living flesh, but not it. My liver doesn't think. I mean, it would have lost that long time ago if it could, but it's, you know. So are we inside of like just a, well, proverbial uterus?
It may not be a vessel.
One could say all of our bodies are
It's
vessels.
just a strange creature.
I've been told my
Tim.
body's a temple, not a vessel.
Timothy's not religious.
Oh,
I
right.
forgot you named it Timothy.
I would-
Well, also, in this case,
I would say for-
Timothy's pregnant.
Congratulations.
Well,
Does Timothy have a choice on whether or not it's going to have this child? Or are these creatures forcing it to?
Timothy could just become what the seed is, you know. It could be transporting itself into the next version of itself. Many creatures function this way. My own race does something similar. We're kind of amorphous and asexual, and one day another one of us just appears. So, for most of us, the things that carry the organs are just the vessel. What you are is merely, for those humanoids here, your brain, your heart. A lot of the information is stored there in your nervous system. This could be a similar situation. We may be inside the vessel, and this may be what Timothy is.
Like sea
Like it's
turtles.
soul.
They have to come to Arizona to lay their eggs.
Yes,
What?
like the Arizonan sea turtles.
What?
So famous. It's a damn shame that Texas got flooded.
It's crazy that Phoenix is beachfront
Those
property
rising
now.
tides.
Yeah.
Yep.
What we need to determine is, does the seed need to leave this sack, or does the seed need to be in this sack? And furthermore, what's coming that direction?
Yeah, which direction?
The one that Amy was looking at to see why they're defending. Like, why are they afraid?
Oh. Mostly because there's 4 people inside this body that they don't recognize.
Oh, it's us.
Amy looks around for the little dude that's got the toupee on.
All right. You find him easy enough.
Amy's gonna look at that and try and wave him over.
Ringo.
He's kind of like.
Yeah, he like waves him over, and then
over.
like in this, he's like, "Look, we're friends. See?" And like points at the paw of the little suction cup paw, and then points to the suction cup marks on their hand, on their foreheads, and it's just like, "See, we're friends," and gives a bunch of thumbs up, and it's just like happy smiley faces.
It nods.
In my experience, talking slow and loud does not help people understand English.
I mean, look, we don't know that. That's an opinion.
I could attempt.
Amy,
I don't know what planet they hail from, but I could see.
Can I have you give me a feelings check real quick, Amy?
I want to wrap the baby tooth up in hair and leave it in front of it like a little witch fetish type of thing, basically. Like a little offering.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna try and roll a 6 here to succeed.
Do it.
Oh my god!
Oh god.
Yes. I got a 6.
Let's
Thank
go.
God.
Let's go.
Thank God.
The dice know, baby.
All right. So it relays a series of like blinks mixed with like suction cup noises to like the other critters in the room, and they kind of, you know, they're still like on attention and on guard, but they're like not actively against you now. Like they know that you're not here to like do damage to the vessel.
Great.
And then
Well, we found the heart.
Amy's doing the same thing of just, "See, friends, can we see the baby?" And she's miming out every single one of those things, pointing to her eyes, making the baby gesture with her arms.
Give me another
No.
one. Give me a 2d6 roll here for this one, because you're kind of on a roll.
Now they're your friend.
Now you're their friend.
Yeah, no. Oh, wait, no, a 5 is
These are laser feelings.
Laser feelings.
Okay.
All right.
The best number.
I'm gonna have you ask me your question first before we get into can we see the baby.
Okay. More like alert because we're here, or did this impact and arrival thing? Like, is this normal for these little suction cup guys? Like, are they always on attention and protecting this? Or is there something else besides us, because we're now friends, that is causing them to activate? Like, my mind is thinking of them like white blood cells. So,
Yeah.
Great.
are they in white blood cell mode because something is happening? Or is this just how they normally act?
Grant is on the right track, first of all.
Ooh.
So this thing is indeed ready to sort of do its thing and begin its reproductive cycle. It is ready to plant its seed. So these guys are here to make sure that it does that. So that's why they're on such high alert. They're like, okay, this thing is ready to go. We are ready to make a new ship. We're ready to, you know, do our job. We got to make sure that nothing comes through here. And if they do, got to blast them.
How big is
But
this?
you have proven to be kind.
Yeah.
Well, the organ itself is about half the size of the room.
Okay.
So if we are assuming that the
Big onion.
Chad
Real
looks
big
at his
onion.
body,
So this room is
sadly.
like 50 feet, like all around. If you want to go for it, this organ is like 25 feet tall.
See, I was thinking it's small and yeah,
big.
Yeah.
So we have to imagine that this creature is preparing to produce another creature, expand the fleet, if you will.
The fleet.
Now, we also know that our employers are trying to figure out if these creatures are something they can invest in and look towards. And based on what we've learned in here so far today, I don't feel comfortable with that. How can we free them?
So there's something I've been sitting on for a few minutes here.
Go ahead, yeah.
Something I've been thinking about. Y'all remember back when we were outside the creature? There was a part of it that looked kind of like a skull, but it was, you could see kind of through it.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like the flight deck or the command center or the helm. I think we need to get there and move the creature. We need to get it out of here.
Well, convince the critter it ain't safe here.
Yeah.
That's fair. But, I mean, if it's about to commence in the life-bringing process, I mean...
But we don't know how soon that is.
My mama always talked about how her labor was really tough. I don't know. Is this thing in labor?
Yeah, has its acid
It
broke?
looks like an
Can
egg.
it fly if it's in labor?
Maybe not. I don't know. Will it be
It's not
alive?
safe doing so on Raylon territory.
The other question
And then
is,
when the baby's born, is it like one of those like giraffes where it has to lay around for a hot second before it gets up and walks?
well,
Can it fly?
and the other question too is, this thing wasn't reacting to anybody. Wasn't reacting to touch or anything. Apart from the little shocks that Chad was getting, it doesn't seem to really do anything.
Oh, the shocks can't hurt you, I can say that much.
Oh, I believe that. But what I'm trying to get at is, maybe this thing won't live past the birth of the creature. If that's its heart, that's where the baby's being born. I mean, I don't know about you, but I'd die if I didn't have my heart.
So you think
That's
it's more of like
what I'm
an
worried.
instant reincarnation kind of thing?
Maybe? I really don't know.
Or passing on one's essence to the next generation.
Seems like
It's
a
either
poor
that
way
or
of
like a beached well
progressing
type of
it.
situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That also brings us to a really good question. We're standing right here,
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
next to this birthing situation,
Right.
and I don't really see an exit except for like where we came in. Oh, God might be speaking to me. Hang on, let me pray on it real quick.
So you're looking around. So of course there is the way you came, but there do seem to be sort of like these sort of like stepping organs. I don't want to call them stepping stones because that'd be wrong. That lead up into a different chamber more to the west.
I say we go up there. I bet you I say we go up there.
Yep, and that sounds good because I can only imagine that this birth would be kind of messy, and I don't want to,
Yep. Babies are not.
I only got one other pair of shoes.
Hey.
Babies are a lot.
So
Oh my gosh, what if it imprints on one of us? We gotta go. I can't have it look at me and then that's too much
Yeah.
responsibility for me. Like a baby duck? No, thank you.
well, let's go.
Is this
So,
going just how you
we're
would hope,
gonna.
GM?
It is going pretty cool. I'm having a thrill with this. We haven't even seen half the ship yet,
Oh no.
As is tradition.
as is tradition with these sorts of games.
I guess people are just gonna have to get it. I think people are
something,
just gonna have to play
if
it
you
themselves.
want to see the rest, buy the game. Is what I'm
Exactly.
saying, you know?
We're
So
on the birthday
we're gonna
week.
go ahead and kind of we're gonna keep marching forward because your goal is you want to eventually get to that skull-like dome area. So you have that kind of singular mind, singular purpose. You'll pass through two rooms. First room looks like it's full of giant kidney stones. So not the area you're looking for. So you keep marching.
Are they small enough that I could put one in me?
I was just about to ask. Chad grabs one.
Give him his kidney stones.
They are bigger than the sample containers that you have, but you can carry
I mean,
it.
my whole abdomen's like a hollow. I'll carry it.
I would say it's about like
the chatbot.
About the size of a fucking computer monitor.
Couldn't
I would
you?
say.
You are a robot, or you have a robotic exoskeleton. You seem pretty strong. What if you?
I'll carry
broke
it just in
one
case.
Well, you can
Oh,
break one.
Okay.
Yeah, bring just a little chunk of it. You don't need the whole thing.
Oh.
Never know. You might need a kidney stone.
If I find a chunk,
So you
I'll
wanna
take
break
it,
it?
but I will not break one.
Okay.
I mean,
Fair
There's
enough.
no
Fair
chunks.
enough.
They're all intact.
I'll carry the smallest one I can for now. It's not mine to break.
Okay. You just hang on
When
to
I
it. You
went
don't
to
need
the
a rule to hang on to it, I don't think.
They had to break that kidney stone to get it out of my uncle, man. I'm telling you what, it was not a pretty
Chad
sight.
looks at the size of this and then looks at your body and just shakes his head.
So you continue northward past the giant kidney stones. Weird thing happens. You can see daylight. So you are on the outside of the creature now. Two things you immediately see. To your left, there is a massive forest of flesh. Like these trees are kind of like reaching up towards, daylight as if they're drawing in energy. And of course, you see a kind of like those same stepping stone-ish organs heading up towards that skull-like entity thingamabob.
You guys,
which I assume you climb.
you guys know that I'm heading towards the skull.
Right behind
Did
you.
anyone get a ring?
Okay.
Oh, I am intrigued by those trees.
Amy starts humming Into the Woods.
Into the woods. Woods.
Into the woods to find the skull.
Chad's weaving some of the shaft hair into a wedding band as they approach the skull.
That's adorable. Can I just say I've loved Chad this entire adventure?
Chad is the best. I'm obsessed.
He wants someone to marry something that resembles him, because that means there's a chance.
There's a chance. Oh my god. You enter what is known as the anti-gravity dome. As soon as the doors close behind you, all of you immediately begin to float. Yogurt-like radioactive living corpuscles float slowly around you as well.
Yogurt-like.
Yogurt-like.
Yogurt-like. Oh god, it's horrible.
I'm reading
That's
verbatim
the
on
worst
this one,
part
Chief.
so far.
Hey, Francisco, DM me. I have some questions for you.
Hey, man. Hey.
There is a large sphincter in the floor that looks like it is breathing in and out, emanating a scent of cinnamon.
I dislike all of
I
this.
love cinnamon yogurt.
I dislike
I
so
dislike
much of this.
all of this.
Grant. We gotta start adding yogurt and sphincters to the lines and veils sheet. So.
Oh,
Together they
okay.
become goat.
Gotcha.
Yeah, how do you feel about Gogurt, Mare?
There's like a tube of this stuff. I'm sorry, I didn't know this
I'm
was
just
a
kidding.
sensitive
I'm
topic.
joking. But I'm just.
We're commenting on the general grossness of the room.
We did it. We made you guys gag. Hooray!
Yuck.
We got there.
Is there a way
I
for us to
respect it.
traverse this room without getting covered
It's
in
anti-gravity, so you
Willy
can.
Wonka this.
Yeah, you can like sort of like
no,
push
no,
off the ground
without
or the walls.
without
It's
getting
anti-grav.
covered in yogurt.
Now it's yogurt-like, so
Right, it's not actually yogurt. It has
There
the
are
consistency of
there are a lot of substances that are yogurt like that I also do not want on my skin.
Wait, what was it called again, Jenny? I got so distracted by it being like yogurt that I did not clock in what it was.
They are yogurt-like radioactive living corpuscles.
What is a corpuscle?
Great question.
I
Let me
miss
Google that.
radioactive.
Yeah, I miss radioactive too. Yeah, so many reasons I don't want. Tumble does not want this touching her skin.
Oh, it's a cell.
I always loved
a
lava
minute
lamps.
body or cell in an organism, like a red or white blood
Well,
cell.
that makes sense, given what we're working
invertebrates.
with.
Okay.
Is there a direct line? Like, can we see like the path to go from one end of this thing to the other to get through it?
Yeah, it's clear. So sunlight is coming through, so you can like bounce off the walls, or you can go in the sphincter.
Well, okay, so like so it's like this little pustule thing, and the only other direction to go is down to the sphincter.
Yeah, or out the door whence you came.
Okay, I would like to, as she's just kind of floating there because she's not touching this stuff. I can't remember. Amy Leslie.
Who am I?
Amy
So
Leslie.
I'll run that back real quick.
Good.
As she's floating in the anti-gravity area, being thoroughly disgusted by everything that she sees, she looks down at the sphincter and then looks at her special weapon and adjusts things to it. Is it possible for us to have like a Batman-style grappling hook?
That's fine. I'll allow it.
Situation to it. Okay. All right, y'all.
benevolent
Scoot this
GM.
way. Try not to touch something here. Grab my hand.
Before we go, I have a
Grab
question.
your hand.
When I look outside, because we can see sunlight, we can see daylight. Can I see, like, basically, again, when we saw this creature, there was that kind of see-through dome on it. I'm assuming that's where we are. Is
Which is
there?
where you are.
Yeah. Okay, so I can see that that's where we are. Okay, this is where I was aiming to be.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, good.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just wanted to confirm we weren't in some other random-ass part of this thing.
No, you are where you want to be. I took you the right direction because it was honestly the only direction to go.
Good. Love that.
Worked out pretty well for you.
Amy Dance is holding your hand with one arm. I've decided to only have one arm for this, so I'm not like flapping in the wind.
Oh, wait, no, honey, you gotta grab one of their hands. Like we're gonna make a little daisy chain, and we're gonna have to hold on real quick.
Ah, I see. Okay, and then I retract my legs and pop up at a second arm.
I grab
Perfect.
I grab Chad's arm and I grab Dance's other arm, and I look at Chad and I'm just like, "Do not let go. We're not losing anybody on this."
Do not pass go.
He goes to open his little wrist illusion, then remembers he left it next to the heart playing soft classical music. And then takes Tumble's hand.
Let's go.
It's for the baby. Makes it smart.
Every once in a while it just says
Mozart makes
Chad,
babies smart.
and then it goes back into music.
I love that so much.
And so Amy is gonna try to Batman style fire the grappling hook towards the sphincter in the straightest way possible.
All right. And
Disrespectful.
your objective is you're trying to avoid the yogurts.
Yes,
Hell
we are
of a
trying
sentence.
to like do that and get us in a straight line without touching the yogurts towards
All right.
an opening.
All right.
Chad's
Yeah,
trying
I'll
to
touch-
touch the
I'll touch
yogurts,
you.
apparently.
You want to touch the yogurts?
Chad's an
Okay.
explorer
You
who
can do
doesn't
that as
like
we're
to
passing
travel,
by.
so that's how he explores.
He's an explorer.
Everyone but Chad give me a lasers roll. Chad, give me a feelings.
Oh my land.
Oh no.
Laser feelings,
Oh,
laser
no, you
feelings.
did. You got
I got
laser
it.
feelings?
Let's go. Let's
Yo,
go.
let's fucking go.
I succeeded on my laser roll, but this is more important. Oh my goodness.
I did too. I
Oh,
I
passed.
didn't. I did not succeed my laser roll.
So 2 fails,
No, I passed.
1 success. Oh, you passed.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
I'm the only failure.
Grant is, as usual, the only failure in the room.
It's okay.
Wow.
It's okay.
Wow.
We accept you where you are.
just kidding,
my
buddy. We love you.
friend.
We love you, buddy.
Give yourself a
I own
hand, Grant.
95% of this company.
It's true. You do.
I grow an extra hand.
Just to flip me off. All right. So
Dance has 3 middle fingers pointed at God.
Alrighty, so we're gonna go ahead and do your laser feeling. So, how are you touching the yogurt exactly? Just hand, or are you like full body?
Oh,
this-ish?
like it'd be I'd just smear it. Just one of the little Go-Gurt balls. Not like hugging it, but yeah.
Ooh.
Use it to keep a little hair on his head, maybe. From the the tunnel hair,
How do I
as
wanna
you all like
approach
it to be
this?
referred to.
Do I want to?
The radioactive boba balls.
Do I want to approach this? You know what? Ask me your question first, then we'll get
Are
into
we
it.
doing the right thing?
Yes. You are doing the right thing.
Wait.
Chad specifically?
Chad specifically is doing the right thing.
Oh, we got
Chad
a
is so
lube up.
happy.
But it's radioactive!
The sphincter dry.
Nothing's really hurt him yet,
As-
so yeah.
Hey, the sun is radioactive.
Yeah.
Not everything radioactive can
The
kill
Hulk.
you.
The sun
Immediately.
can kill me.
Not immediately.
Here there's 2
You
suns.
don't know that.
Yeah. There's the radio.
Did you just say there's two songs? Did you honestly just look me in the fucking eyes and say there's two songs?
Arizona. Yes. That's why the flesh turtles come here to lay their eggs.
Thank you so much for joining us, everybody, for this
It's been
episode.
great.
We're going to go now.
Grant, it's official.
My brain is broken.
You have now given me the second worst pun on Game Master Monday. Rahrah has done the first.
Shit. What was the other one?
What was the second one?
Doesn't matter.
Yes, it does.
It was probably
Was it Fox News.
It was probably Fox News.
She just knows it was you. Like.
Well, I mean, yeah. You're the only one I react viscerally to. So, as you smear, you get a massive sensation of what this thing is feeling. It is feeling scared, it is feeling confused, and it is preparing to plant its seed here to kind of reinstate, the life cycle. You are getting this sensation that it is telling you information through these globules, through these little yogurt-like thingamabobs. It's basically telling you that it is only here to plant the seed and then it'll move on. You can communicate with it so long as you are in contact with these little globs.
As we're kind of being yanked down the sphincter in the last form, I'll toss the shaft hair woven wedding band into the space as I'm pulled down. Like, can I come with you? As I'm pulled through with everyone.
With you as in the ship?
Yeah.
Or you get a nice warm feeling as if, yeah, sure, you can come with.
I draw a smile as getting pulled into the sphincter. I guess that's what we're going with.
Yeah.
The dirty, dirty brain hole.
The dirty, dirty brain hole.
That's where all the bad thoughts come from.
Well, I will tell you this. The brain hole does lead into a larger series of tunnels and tubes, which, in this particular case, we're just going to go ahead and say that with you being able to communicate with it, what would you kind of like to tell it otherwise? Do you want to tell it to stay, tell it to leave? What you going to do?
Oh man, I'd probably relay that to the party. It's like it just wants to have its young and then leave, and I think I'm going to kill anyone that tries to stop it.
I don't want to stop it. I just want to move it so that I don't want to hurt it or get it to stop doing its thing. I just want it to move somewhere else so that it can do it safely. Because I'm worried that it's Raylon. Raylon's gonna do something to this creature or to the baby, and this thing belongs flying out in the stars like a leaf on the wind.
There it is.
Pick this place.
All right, hit the bingo card.
Did I get any sense how quick this was approaching, this event, during the smear?
Within the day.
We only have to hold the tunnel for a while.
Did you get a sense that...
Well, at the same time...
Did you get a sense that the baby would be able to leave? That they would be able to move on quickly once it was born?
Yes.
Is this the place where they want to give birth? Or did they just happen to crash here?
I don't know if I got any information about it. I can just kind of look to the wall.
Well, you still got the yogurt on you. I'll give it to you.
Oh, good. I'll pour more if I need to.
Give me all the yogurt you need, baby. So you kind of get this communication to you as if, you can understand them, so the ship can understand what you're hearing. You're getting this sense of it needs to eat dirt and soil and stone to be able to grow. Ergo, it picks planets that are rich in those sorts of things, rich in life, so that it can get life.
I'll convey that. The snack just needs a snack.
And if it's happening today, there's really no way we can get it to another dirt-rich planet before it gives birth. Mars would be a good choice, but no way we can get to Mars in a day.
Unless this thing travels really fast. You don't know.
I mean...
True.
Right
does
after.
it travel fast?
giving birth or being in labor. It might not be the quickest.
That's true.
Well, and then also, we want to make sure that whatever happens, we want Mama, question mark, glancing at, like, the walls of this, Mama,
Species,
and the
gender.
baby, the life giver, and the baby.
Timothy.
Parent.
Timothy, yeah, we want to make sure Timothy and the baby stay together. I mean, that would just...
Timothy and then Tiny Tim. Timothy and Tiny Tim.
Timothy and Tiny
Christ
Tim.
almighty.
Oh my gosh, that's precious. I can't wait. Do you think it'll accept a baby gift from me? Like, you know, I could probably get it monogrammed. And she's starting
It's
to, like,
been
think
accepting
about
a lot of gifts from Chad.
I think...
Where I've wiped parts of itself on me, there's not like skin or flesh growing, is there, by any chance?
No.
Damn it. Okay.
Are you trying to
Come
become?
on, Jenny,
are you
yes,
trying to become a real boy?
I've seen Scavenger's Reign recently.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Okay. So
I mean, we'll call it film-like.
we came.
We've done that.
So we
trope here
came through
before.
the sphincter.
Yeah.
We came through the sphincter into a larger room. You said
It's like a tunnel.
into a tunnel.
A series of tunnels.
It's like a tunnel
correct?
a series of tunnels that go in several directions. If you go straight down, you go into one organ. If you go to the right, it goes to a different one.
The trauma tunnels.
So we were just going to say, for our purposes here, since you do have, you know, full communication with the ship at this point, like your plan is you just want to protect it long enough so that it can, you just, you know, give birth and then it's going to skedaddle. You
Get
the
it away
sense that
from Raylon.
Yeah, get it away from Raylon. So, I guess plan is, if you don't feel like Earth is a safe space, it's gonna get that same feeling from you guys.
Does Earth have a bigger and better desert than Arizona that we could get to?
The moon.
The northern parts of Nevada sound like that might be a good spot. I mean, there's also, like, deserts like the Sahara.
Like where there's Tahoe and Reno and all that? That's
Or
kind of
there's
foresty.
there is a place that, I mean, it's contrary to what we were talking about with life and everything, but Death Valley.
Now there's an idea.
There's the moon.
There's also, like,
There is the moon.
there is the moon.
Should the creature eat the moon?
Eat the moon.
Sometimes I desire
Well, I
nothing
mean,
but
Where'd
to
the
eat the
moon
moon.
go?
How do you like
It
that,
says
Obama?
it lacks rocks, right? Like, what about frozen rocks, like Antarctica or something? Because that's real big.
It is a desert, technically.
It is a desert, and it's tough. But I don't know. Like, I mean, maybe it came here because it wants to be warm, too. I don't know.
Well then, warm.
Let's just say, as you're just kind of like all discussing here, the ship kind of gives the sensation to Chad, like, hey, if you feel like this isn't the safe spot, I'll go wherever you tell me. I just want to get this done over with so that we can get out of here.
At this point, Chad's fully against one of the flesh walls, like letting the smear and it kind of tack together a little bit. And will convey that Timothy just wants to be somewhere safe. If we know a better spot, I think they're ready to take off if they can. Did they appear injured in the landing or anything? No.
Nah, they're fine. They planned this.
Death Valley, Death Valley.
Yeah, I mean,
Hell
Death
yeah.
Valley, or I mean, yeah. Or the
They want,
moon.
they want you to go to Death Valley or the moon.
I think Death Valley might be the right
Flip a coin.
choice.
Flip a coin.
I think Death Valley
yeah,
is going to be
because
the right
something.
choice right now. But also,
Okay.
in case it isn't, I'd like to go with them. I'd like to stay with the ship.
Oh, I was coming with it. No, I'm not leaving till I meet this baby.
Fair enough.
Aw,
Oh.
that's
I'm not
swell.
leaving.
I say
I'm
Death
not
Valley
leaving
out
till I meet this
loud,
baby.
but I tell Timothy to take us to the moon.
Ha ha.
TPK. TPK. Actually, it wouldn't be a TPK because you don't breathe as Chad.
And then the alien might make it too.
be
Dan's
fine.
might make it.
I mean, this thing can survive the vacuum of space.
I was thinking.
To be
As
fair.
long as you don't leave the ship.
Yeah,
As long as
so
you don't leave the ship, you'll be A-okay.
if this thing never exhales or inhales, we're good.
We're going to need 2 crews soon.
So, you feel a massive rumbling as the ship begins to lift off the ground and propel itself towards Earth's moon. It does much the same thing as what it did when it got here. It kind of firmly plants itself bottom side down into the surface of the moon. You all can still miraculously breathe. It is cognizant of your needs as people.
Oh, I guess Tim made a choice and decided the moon would be better.
Oopsie.
You sure about that? I mean...
Well, we do love it when it makes choices. Like, that's important, having that sort of agency.
Its agency is good.
So, to Chad's point, we are going to have 2 ships that require 2 different crews, per se. 2 of us cannot survive on the moon, and one of these ships is going to be a permanent fixture of the moon. Until it's ready to fly on its own.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm proposing that we split. 2 of us are going to need to pilot this creature, and the other 2 are going to need to supervise and then one day pilot the other creature.
I look at Amy Leslie, and I go, I think they're implying that you and I have to stay here with Timothy, because we cannot survive on the moon, and Timothy knows how to take care of us. And now that we know...
That is true.
We know from Chad that we can have a direct line to Timothy. I think Tumble's just going to, as quickly as she can, she's going to, like, try and jump back up to the sphincter and be, like, and climb her way up there to go back to the anti-gravity room. And once up there, she'll just smear some of just be like, give me the yogurt, and smear it on her arms.
You succeed.
Amy Leslie has that moment of just, oh my gosh, okay, and she just, like, dips, like, the tiniest little finger into it, and, like, you know how when you test makeup on the back of your hand? She just kind of takes that and just kind of puts a little tiny smear, wincing the entire time.
Well, wherever you put it, that's where you can feel where it feels.
Chad remembers all those videos where, like, mother birds put small creatures in the nest for when the eggs hatch, they'll have something to eat. And he sort of looks at all the organic part of the party, nods. At least the baby will have options.
Excuse me?
Timothy understands the plan.
Pardon me?
Hey. Don't eat the crew. Come on now.
Yeah, I just nodded. I'm happy everyone else is participating in the Gogurt.
Well, Timothy understands the plan. Plan being, of course, that the organic-y people are going to be staying with it, and the other 2, i.e. the doctor and the robot, are going to be going ahead and staying behind to kind of watch over the child as it progresses and grows, as a doctor should, and as a robot might learn. A day goes by. It does go ahead and plant its seed successfully as it had intended. And as the seed gets planted, it gives you 2, Chad and Dance, the instruction to watch over it, and it is going to go ahead and perpetuate this life cycle on another planet. So it is going to take its new 2 pilots, and it is going to get out of here. However, as the baby grows over the years, it will eventually rejoin with the fleet, and you 4 will have a nice, happy reunion in, let's say, about 15 years once it's, mature. But that is only a few of the things you can explore in the Otherworldly Flesh. Everybody, Yay. I want to thank you all for playing and having a good old romp through our weird body horror-esque scenario here, and finding a wholesome way to really squick ourselves out here.
Best crew, baby.
Best crew, baby.
Does Bonbon look like any of us, the new ship?
Yeah.
Tiny Tim.
At all?
Let's just say it can draw little eyebrows on itself.
Oh, I love that.
This has been a blast. I always enjoy DMing when I can for GMMs, so thank you all, of course, for playing, and thank everybody at home for watching. Lex, where can we find more of you?
Yeah, so you can find me anywhere on the internet at Lex Get Pizza. I like to say that I'm a TTRPG vagabond, so you'll kind of see me where I'll go wherever I kind of feel and hang out with cool people and play fun games. on different platforms or different streams and stuff like that, but I am on GMM quite a bit. And if you missed it, I actually DM'd the very first Game Master Monday Presents stream of Camp Meadowview, a Monster of the Week game, which is now up on YouTube that you are, I would strongly, well, not strongly, I would love it if people watch, because I had a great time with it, and it's an amazing cast. So yeah, you can find me.
I strongly recommend you watch it. I'm threatening the audience. Watch Camp Meadowview on YouTube, or I'll beat you up.
And Mare, where can we find more of you?
Hi, yeah. So I'm Oh Hello Mare everywhere on the internet, basically. And oh, hello there. I am Mare. And I stream on my own channel on Twitch. Quite a lot of variety stuff, a lot of survival games. I've been doing a lot of world building for a home game I'm running. I also am a member of the Old Ways podcast, relatively new within that, so you will probably hear more of me on the Patreon until Redacted comes up. So,
I'm so excited for Redacted.
Yeah,
Me too.
Redacted is going to be a lot of fun. And as well, right now, not sure when this comes out, but I'm also a part of Castleton. So I am in the midst of a 100-plus creator major event where it's like a Bridgerton meets survival Hunger Games type of trials thing, and we'll see how long I stay alive during that. So yeah, I'm all over the place as well on charity streams and stuff, so just look for Oh Hello Mare and I'll keep us posted on what I'm up to.
Rahrah, where can we find more of you?
Oh, hey, I'm Rahrah. Hi. Wanted to say thank you so much, Jenny, for GMing that wonderful game, and thanks to GMM for finally giving me permission to come upon your channel. But yeah, I'm Rahrah. I show up in games. I'm a little in my no era, so I'm doing a lot more audio than streaming lately. And I also GM and produce the Hard as a Dungeon podcast, which is a TTRPG adventure for heroes and poets. And you can catch me over there, and I mean, you're listening to this, so you can just click the link. I'm sure there's a link right there that says where you can find me. Like, it's right there.
Obviously.
You can put it in your loveless body.
Legit one of my favorite podcasts, like top 3 for me. I love the Heart of the Dungeon so damn much.
Grant has wooed the entire cast by their hype and sincerity of it.
And of course, me and Grant are always here on Game Master Monday. You can find us wherever you find your podcast, including the place you are listening to us right now. What the
You're
fuck?
in it.
You're here.
In the show.
Wowzers. Gosh.
Also, casual reminder that Grant and Jenny, I don't know when the Crit Awards finalize, but you know they are great. They are Crit Award nominated for Best
Crit
Hosts.
Award nominated.
So, you know, they are both amazing human beings. Be aware of when it comes out, just that you are currently listening to 2 amazing Crit Award nominated hosts. So, just putting that out there.
Sphincter.
We voted for you.
In the light of the fleshlight, you are being graced
Not my fault.
by 2 amazing
Not my
Bask in the glow of the fleshlight.
Powers in the
Bask in
premise,
the
I
glow.
just stuck to it.
Yeah, the afterglow is really the best part, though. But anyways, thank you all very, very much for listening to our shenanigans and nonsense every week here, and we will see you all again next time. Deuces.
Bye.
Adios.
Bye.
I can't believe we're doing this on Bastille Day.
Is that what today is?
Is it?
Yeah. It is.
We are going to the head.
That's good. That's a good one.
If it has one.
I think we just found our after credit scene. That's awesome.